that cash. Hey, be smoking that grass. Hey.
Do you know this song? Like, can you sing it?
No. I mean, I know some of the lyrics, but I'm not about to try.
Yeah. Darn, I was hoping we would get you singing it on the podcast. Guys, welcome to the podcast!
Hey, what's going on?
I apologize if I'm a little bit distant at times, because I am currently in the middle of a stupid fantasy football draft. And
He's got to get them. I'll get where I want.
Don't get that close to the mic.
Guys, I got to put my glasses on for this one.
Thank you for staying tuned throughout that entire...
intro.
I was going to say the first podcast, if you listen to it. We got some good feedback on the last podcast. Don't be so sleepy, Eric.
Who said that?
What's his name? Inebriated. I'm not going to clap because that'll clip the audio.
It'll click the audio?
No, it'll clip it.
You got 4 minutes left till something happens.
Literally nothing is going to happen. He's just going to reset the draft. This is
you get any good boys?
I literally had a perfect draft.
You got that one guy on there?
Yeah, I got that one guy.
You got
Herman Strong guy.
You got Kwang Ki though?
I got Kwang Ki, the kicker.
No, he's just the restaurant owner.
He's just the restaurant owner of the
he's
Tampa
everyone's
Bay
friend.
Buccaneers.
No,
pita bread stand.
He's exclusive to Tombstone, Arizona only.
Tell us about Kwang Ki.
Kwang Ki was a good...
Who is Kwang Ki?
Kwang Ki was a good man.
What did he stand for?
Being everyone's friend.
Really?
Yeah, he was a good boy. Born in 1841 in China, moved to Arizona. 1879 in the great city of Tombstone, Arizona, opened the Can restaurant. He was beloved by all. He said Wyatt Earp was a rough dude who sometimes shot people.
Who sometimes just like...
He said that Billy Clanton was a good boy who always paid his bills. Too bad he got shot outside the OK Corral. Which is interesting because Billy Clanton in the classic Tombstone story is the villain, and then Wyatt Earp is a good boy because he's a cop.
Don't get that close to the mic.
I had to emphasize that sometimes sheriffs aren't good.
You're gonna pop the audio.
I'm gonna pop
this balloon right here.
Do you have one? Then he lived his life as a good man and died at the age...
Roommate. He says keep it down.
Died at the age of 97 in 1938. I know it was a joke because I wouldn't listen to him either way.
No regards for the rules.
No regards for the roommates. I like pretending they don't exist, and so far, honestly, it feels like that when I come over here. I'm always like, do you guys... Eric just lives alone.
All the time. And I love it.
You don't even know if they're here or not?
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Let's think about... You said you had a topic of discussion.
I have a question. Yes. Yeah. You want me to start it for this one?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let me know in the comments below. Do you want 10-minute podcast or 20-minute podcast or 30-minute podcast? Eric wants to start doing 10-minute only podcasts.
I think for now, 10 minutes is a good amount of time.
I feel like 10 minutes is too short to be called a podcast.
I don't think so.
20 minutes is okay.
I don't think
considering that normal podcasts are an hour long. Okay, Anyways. 10 minutes from this point on.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. It's not like we're going to set a timer.
Right.
Okay, so you ready for this one?
Yeah.
It's going to be a little difficult because you don't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And Game of Thrones is what inspired the question.
Okay.
Okay, so you know in Game of Thrones how each of the families have their house animal and house symbol. Yeah. House Stark is like a wolf, and then I think it's blue and gray. And then Lannister is lion, and then it's gold and red.
Yeah.
And then Baratheon is yellow and black, and they got the stag.
Yeah.
What about House Rodriguez? What would be your animal and your colors?
Okay, I don't have to watch Game of Thrones to...
Well, I mean, I was just saying it extends for that. But I guess you're right, because House Mountbatten, Windsor, or whatever, is the royal family that England uses, which originates from German. So the English nobility right now originates from a German noble family. A lot of royal families come from Germany.
If I have to take into account my entire family...
including Jeremy, it's going to change a lot. That was
You
a
know
joke.
what? Actually, thinking about my family,
House Rodriguez.
I honestly think like a bear would be most appropriate for like my entire
Maybe
family.
a California bear.
Like a brown bear or a black bear.
Or the specific California bear species that doesn't exist anymore.
Really?
Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
It's either endangered or extinct, but I'm pretty sure, like, the species of bear that's on the flag was a real, like, it was a specific California bear.
That's interesting. Oh,
But it is only on the flag because we killed them all. But what about your colors? Also, why a bear?
because I feel like my family is very strong. Like we have a very strong bond with each other.
What about
And what?
your motto? Because, like, some of the...
Do we need a motto too?
Well, some of them have, like, a motto. Like, I think Baratheon's is ours is the fury.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know any of the other ones.
Our motto would probably be something like optimistic and inspiring. Something along the lines of like, hey, keep your head up, but not that. You know what? No, I want it to be that.
Keep your head up.
Just, hey, it'll...
Keep your head up. Like, it'll be the big, like, family crest. Because I was asking, like, what would your family crest look like? So it'd be like the shield, and you got a bear, and you got your colors, but you haven't decided that. Like, whatever color the shield is. It'll be like House Rodriguez, and under it just, hey, keep your head up. And the little bear can be putting his little head up. He can be pointing up. I've seen some family crests where it's a little bear sitting up, like, holding a ball. I think that's,
like a little Russian bear.
No, it's like, I think it's Baden-Württemberg. It's yellow and black, and it's a little black bear.
And he's
like holding like a white sphere. I don't know if it's supposed to be the moon or a ball.
Just a little Russian bear.
No, it wouldn't be Russian if it's southwestern Germany.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
What if it immigrated?
It can't.
Why?
The Russians didn't go to Germany.
Are you sure about that?
I know that's not true. But Baden-Württemberg, I don't know, it's pretty old. I don't know, like, about the migration of the species of bear that live in Germany and Russia. It's a pretty far way to walk.
I have a question.
Okay.
What is a moment in your life that you, like an event in your life, that you think has shaped you into the person that you are today?
I mean, there's more than one.
I know, but like, give an example of one.
Okay, well, I was born with a broken heart.
That's so sad.
Okay, so since I was born an organ recipient,
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure that's shaped my life because it's given me, like, the limitations that I've had.
Explain a little further for people who may not know.
Okay, so I was born with half
There's
of a heart.
only few of them out there because you tell everybody.
I don't tell everyone. Like, in school, no one knows. Like, I don't bring it up in class. Like, hey, everybody, did you know?
True, okay.
So no one has any idea until they, like, get to know me.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so born with half a heart because I have a genetic mutation called hypoplastic left heart syndrome, where the left side of my heart didn't grow. So, like, I only grew half of the heart.
It was like a little
And,
shrimpy piece.
Don't know if you guys know this, but most of the time a human can't live
With
a
only
full
half.
life with half of its heart because what it was doing was the blood would come in and then it would just pool at the bottom because the other half, I guess, was the ventricle that would pump out. So I didn't have the part of my heart that would pump out, and so it would just pull blood in and then sit there because the other mechanism in the heart wasn't there.
Yeah.
And obviously my limbs not doing the best considering there's no blood going to them and only blood being sucked out from what I know. And then so I got someone else's heart. Luckily another baby died. Ripe for me. A good match.
Luckily, some baby died.
Boy did I luck out that another baby close to me, well, like close No, he was in Kentucky, but I mean close genetically in shape and blood type.
Do you know how old that baby was?
I gotta assume it can't be more than like a year or two old because I feel like at that point then the heart would be too big unless they had a small heart.
Have you ever reached out to the donor's family?
My parents tried to in the beginning and they never wrote back, and so we just stopped trying. But one of these days I'm gonna go to Kentucky and search. the entire state for my potential donor family.
Oh, I thought you were going to say potential donor, and I was like, I don't think you're going to find
No.
that baby's long gone.
No, like the parents, if they're still alive.
Yeah.
If they didn't fucking kill themselves later. Just,
well, our son's dead. Might as well do ourselves.
well, our son's dead and someone else has his heart. Guess I don't want anything to do with his life. Bye.
I feel like...
Well,
I feel
that's the
like
thing is
they
my parents wrote a letter like saying like, hey, you can be involved in our child's life as much as possible. Like, this baby's your baby too if you want it. And just fucking they never replied. And so...
I mean, that's hard.
It's hard to...
That's hard.
That's a weird thing to go through too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I feel like maybe
is.
now, after a while, just like, hey, you want to see what happened with your baby's heart? You're going to be disappointed with the person I am, but this is what's used. This is how I'm using this second chance at life. And so I have to take medication.
Yeah.
Anti-rejection meds, which are, well, there's a mix of things. But the main one is it's immunosuppressants.
What we learned last episode of the podcast is that those anti-rejection pills do not work on your relationships.
I guess not. If anything, they might add to it.
They possibly could. It could.
No
be
one
a
wants
little
to deal with the
off-putting.
guy who takes medicine.
I wouldn't say that. It's not like you're fucking
Not to mention
like,
my
in a
broken dick.
wheelchair or Jesus Christ. Is that something you want to touch on?
No, not this time.
We'll keep the broken dick topic for another.
It's a
day.
personal topic, I suppose. But I might as well accept it. But I don't know, just like dealing with someone like, oh,
I mean, it's
I
not
could
that
die.
bad. It's not like you're like bound to a wheelchair
yeah.
or need assistance
I know
doing
some
things.
transplant friends that consider themselves disabled, but they
I
are.
wouldn't say you're disabled.
I'm not. I'm like a very, very good case. As in, like, I've never had problems.
Yeah.
And, like, I know some people who, like, they've had to go through more than one heart. Or, like, that one person...
One girl, she has cancer.
She got lymphoma because a side effect of our medication is we have a greater chance of getting lymphoma. So
and
I could get it,
you
too.
used to have it. You had a
No,
lung nodule.
I have a lung nodule. As far as I know, it's still there.
Oh.
But it hasn't gotten
Evolved.
bigger. So it's either stayed the same size or gotten smaller. And so my doctor said they technically don't know what it is, but it's not doing anything bad, so they'll leave it.
I feel like that is cancer.
No, it's not cancerous.
Okay.
And they said, because I've never smoked, and I'm also too young to be someone usually that would get lung cancer.
Yeah.
Lymphoma, I believe. I used to think that lymphoma was lung cancer. I think it's cancer of the immune system, which makes sense since our medicine intentionally weakens our immune system. So we got a fucked up immune system from the start, and then cancer exists because of the society that we've created. And the
You think cancer exists? Like
cancer is theoretically a man-made disease in that, like, no one knows why, obviously, but something we are doing or have been doing for like the last couple centuries. Like, I've heard people say that cancer can't be, it's not like a naturally organic disease, like it didn't come from an animal, and it's something we've been doing to ourselves that we like develop cancer.
Yeah.
But I don't know about that, because don't other animals get cancer? Like, can't dogs get cancer?
Mm-hmm.
But again, I guess dogs are around the fucking anthropogenic
They've
fucking
been
world
in
that
our
we created.
society for a long time.
I think the word is anthropogenic, which is like human affected.
I don't
And it's
know
like
if that's it.
the entire world is anthropogenic now. Aside from cancer, I'm just saying, like, in a different topic. Like, I've talked about it in ethnobotany. Like, there's almost nowhere on Earth now that isn't in some way affected by, like, human existence and human choices and behavior.
That's true, yeah.
Because, like, even, like, the deepest depths of the ocean,
They're still
like, we're gonna get to them eventually. Like, things we're doing to the
James
surface.
Cameron has been fooling around down there, I'm sure.
Yeah, but he's allowed to. He's got good intentions, at least in that part.
Making movies.
He just wants to explore. He doesn't want to, like, hurt anything down there.
Do you think anybody, like, actually intends to
Harm the Earth?
harm the Earth?
Yeah.
Like, they go out of their way to harm the Earth? Like, there's some sort of Captain Planet villain?
Maybe not.
Like, it's just a side thought to them.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
not that
anybody
anyone's
on this planet
intentional.
is like, fuck this place.
Like,
that I
oil
live on.
companies aren't like, you know what, I love ruining the earth. It's
Yeah.
more like, I love money, and
Yeah,
I'm just going to
the
pretend
love
that I'm
for
not
my
ruining
money
the earth.
outweighs the love for the planet that I inhabit and need
The
to
love
live in
for
space.
coal outweighs my compassion
What do
for
we
all the
use
workers
coal
that get
for?
black lung. Black lung is...
But what else?
What else? What do we use coal for?
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. Like, not a lot anymore is
Are
what
there
I
still
know.
trains that run on coal?
Oh, I'm sure there are
Is
some.
there still some?
Like, maybe not, like, big commercial ones, but you know that there's some, like, little tourist, like, park somewhere you can ride, like, a real fucking coal-powered locomotive, and you're like, yeah, I'm having so much fucking fun on this slow train.
That's how it ran, huh? Well, it's just a steam locomotive because it ran
Steam-powered, yeah.
Yeah. And it just burned the coals hotter and hotter.
This topic makes me feel, like, not smart, just because I've never looked into it, so it's like, fuck, I honestly don't know what we use coal for anymore.
Does that bother you?
It does.
Really?
It bothers me to not...
I mean, I guess
I
you
don't
do...
like talking about stuff that I don't know about.
Yeah.
Because then someone's going to call me out, and then I'll feel bad.
I mean,
Or,
how
like,
are you
I'll
going to
feel
feel
dumb.
bad? You admitted that you don't know, like, a lot.
That's why I
on the
admit it.
subject.
Like, I'm like, by the way, guys, I don't know anything.
By the way, guys, I
Like, I don't want to
apologize
ever
any-
claim that I know what I'm
any
talking
steam
about.
train
Aficionado.
enthusiasts.
You know they're out there.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't
They're-
be surprised if there's at least 3 of them listening right now.
I know at least 3 of our viewers listening have some degree of interest in steam trains.
Seen a train?
You think there are people who have never seen a train?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's...
Nobody who's listening to this podcast, but people in the world, yeah.
I guess that's true.
What do you think? I think I texted this to you the other day.
I mean, we live in, like, the Wild West, so... we have a lot... We still have trains used, like, today.
Yeah.
Blocking our goddamn traffic. That's the one thing that makes
But
me
they're
not want to live in...
steam, are
No.
they? How do
I
trains
meant, like, a
run
train
now?
in general, not a steam train. Yeah, there are plenty of people who never seen a steam train.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen a steam
Do
train
you
in
think the
person.
one at Disneyland is a real steam train?
You know?
I feel like it can't be.
I feel like it could be.
I don't know.
It plays-
for Disney to be using that much coal every day.
They can afford it.
It's not the fact that they can afford it. Can they afford the bad press that comes along with it?
Yes.
You think so?
They are able to push away a lot of bad press.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like that's something that I think they want to change so they can claim they're more
That's true.
eco-friendly.
And I could see it making more sense to have electronic and then it just blows steam out
Yeah,
the little
definitely
front
a lot
part.
cheaper too.
Oh, definitely.
You're getting $1 billion.
I
company
mean,
with all
they're also like the first place to ever have a fucking fully running
Yeah.
monorail, so
Yeah.
they're already ahead of
But
the
I
schedule.
mean, Walt Disney loved trains too.
Dude, who
so-
doesn't?
I don't. I don't love trains. I don't see like the.
I don't love trains, but I'd like to ride on a train again.
Okay, I can see.
Like when we did the train.
in
Oh, you know the
Denver.
train in fucking Denver.
Yeah,
That was a coal
I think
train.
that was an actual coal train.
That was like one of the like
And a cool
appeals
train.
to it. It was a cool train. Yeah, it was cold. It wasn't as cold as I thought it would be, but that's because that good old sunlight still creeps up on you, even in fucking Colorado.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that makes me worried about the fact that I want to move to Vancouver for college.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm afraid that I might get there and be like, it's too cold, and then like drop out of school and move back. But I don't think I would be that dumb to like let the temperature make me quit school. Because the fashion that comes with cold weather, I do like.
Yeah.
And so I just gotta keep... The only thing is I don't like having layers, and I don't like heavy clothes.
I can see you waking up in the morning, stepping out of bed, and saying, "It's too cold. I'm not going to class." I can see you doing that.
I can see
because
myself
you
doing
do
that here.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's too hot today. I'm not gonna go. To class.
I've never skipped class because it's too hot.
What's the dumbest reason you've skipped class?
The dumbest reason, like in the most honest way, is because I didn't feel like it.
Okay.
Just, I'm having a stressful day. I'm having like I'm on verge on like an emotional breakdown. I don't want to go to class today.
I felt like that.
Oh,
For like
here's
4
a dumb reason I did
Oh,
the other day when I ditched German class.
why?
I was worried that my shirt I was a little too sweaty walking into class, and someone was going to look at me and laugh at me, and I was like, I'm not going to class.
Just because you were sweaty? It's
I was
hot
a little
outside. They're probably sweaty too.
Yeah, but I don't want that image, so I was like, I can't let them see me like this. And so I fucking...
So you didn't go to class because you were a sweaty boy.
I ditched that class and waited in, like, AC, so the next class I had that day, I'd, like, cool down, so I was done.
Why didn't you wait till you, like, cooled down a little bit and be like, oh, sorry, I'm a little late?
Oh, because the biggest reason for me to ditch class is because I'm late.
Really?
People will look at me when I walk in the door. I can't handle that. I would rather miss the entire class than show up late.
Then just come in
that
late
is my
and be
most,
like, fuck you, I gotta learn.
Like, the most often that I ditch class is because I'm, like, even 10 minutes late.
Wow.
I won't show up. I'm like, nope, not worth it. And then to punish myself, I won't email my teacher, so I'll get, like, an unexcused absence and, like, get a little bit hurt grade. But it's like, I deserved it for ditching. And then, like, that's how I balance it out. It's like I'll ditch class and go, like, eat food and have fun, but I'll be like, but I'll let it hurt my grade as to balance my karma.
That makes no sense. That is all silly.
I was like, yeah, I'll ditch class, but then I'll intentionally hurt my grade. Sometimes I'll email him.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I'm like, I gotta save that email for, like, when it's real.
Do you remember when we went to film school?
Yeah. Want to expand on that? I went longer than you did.
You did.
I finished it.
You did.
Technically, I dropped the major to graduate faster, so I don't have a film degree, I have an arts degree.
Do you have a degree or a certificate?
A degree.
You have a degree?
I have an associate's degree and a certificate.
You could just leave now and go get a job.
No, I can't.
Why?
I don't want to. Also, because I'm too far in now to, like, quit.
Yeah.
And if I, like, quit and, like, never got at least a bachelor's degree, I would never be able to live with myself. Because the identity that I'm formed, I could never see myself as someone who doesn't at least have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
It's insane for me to, like, not. But at the same time, it's taking so long.
How much school do you have left?
I graduate in May.
Nice.
I would have graduated this December if I wasn't too poor for my summer classes. But I didn't. May's not bad. And it actually gives me more time because now, this coming October, I can start applying to grad school.
Oh, you're still going to do grad school?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do grad school because, one, the longer I'm in school, the longer before I have to start paying back my student loans.
But you're just racking up more debt.
Until I die, dude. I saw an article today, a guy's 75 years old, he went to school for 55 years. He has a bachelor's degree, 3 master's degree, 3 special ed. He has like 30 degrees. He's never left school. He didn't leave school until the doctor told him he was too old to go to school.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I'm sad. I wish I was in class right now. He just fucking loved going to school.
That's insane.
See, I don't like homework, but I do love going to school when it's a class I care about.
Like what? What would be a class considered a class you care about?
Every anthropology class I've ever taken.
Yeah.
Like, let's see.
Film classes? Film classes are fun.
I did not like most of my film classes.
Really? Which ones?
Intro to Cinema I liked.
Yeah.
It's
we had that
easy
together.
Class. I wish I could take a class like that again.
Yeah.
Now I'm too far to ever get like an easy class
I've
like that again.
taken 3 Intro to Cinema classes.
That's insane.
I took one at MCC.
I feel like either of us could confidently teach an Intro to Cinema class right
I
now.
could rock a fucking Intro to Cinema class.
It's so, like, I wish I should apply to Scottsdale Community College.
You should.
Like, hey, I graduated from the film school.
You should apply to Scottsdale.
The only problem is I can't take a full-time job.
Why? Because of school?
Because of school. I can only do part-time jobs.
But do you know how much money you'd be making as a fucking, like, at least a Scottsdale Community College teacher?
Yeah,
you don't
but
have to worry
I can get that job after I graduate.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm the last one that's still going to school.
You could also be using the money you're making as a teacher to fund your school.
That's true.
And you'd have leftover money.
Well, that's the idea, is that I need to get a job now.
You should look into it. You should look into applying for a professor at And
SCC for
Yeah. Or maybe even like an anthropology one at MCC or somewhere. I should really look into that.
Intro to anthropology. Ethnobotany.
What?
Ethnobotany was such a good class that like I almost want that. Like,
hold on. Reverse. Bring it back now, y'all.
Okay.
2 hops this time.
All right.
What would you teach in your intro to cinema class?
The history of cinema, dude.
Well, like, would you do anything that shouldn't be like an intro to cinema class? Like, would you have like a special assignment or something dedicated to a director that's like not one of the most influential directors of all time?
I don't know. I'd have to see because I might change it up depending on my mood that year.
I mean, for
that season.
Yeah.
It just depends because like it's not like I have a fucking plan right now.
I would do
start
a
with
week on Martin Scorsese, but I think I could get away with that.
Hell yeah, dude.
I could definitely get away with that.
Well, if you were doing like modern filmmakers today, you got to throw in Scorsese.
Yeah.
Like once you get to that point in history.
But I think intro to cinema, you have to start off like way in the back with like D.W. Griffith, the what are they?
Lumiere brothers. You got to start with that. You got to show that fucking Trip to the Moon, dude.
Trip to the Moon. I'd watch Trip to the Moon in class.
Because I took an American cinema class in high school too, so that's where I watched all that shit before I even took intro to cinema in college.
Did you watch Jaws in your class?
That's the only time I ever saw Jaws. Jaws, High Noon, A Trip to the Moon, High Fidelity, all those films.
You saw High Fidelity in high school?
That's the film noir one, right?
No.
It's a film noir movie called...
Is it High Infidelity?
No. It's not even High Fidelity.
High Fidelity is the one with Jack Black and John Cusack at the record store.
Oh, that's that movie we tried watching the other day.
Yeah.
Or a couple weeks ago.
Like a month or 2 ago.
That's still in my house.
Is that mine? Did I buy that?
Double Indemnity. That's your movie. You bought it at Zia Records.
Okay.
Double Indemnity is the movie I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's like a classic noir film with the classic like femme fatale archetype.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. High Noon you should watch.
I've never seen High Noon.
High Noon is a Western film shot in real time.
Yeah!
So it's an hour-long movie and 1 hour passes in the movie. And you can check the clocks.
And it's accurate.
And it's pretty close. It's pretty perfect. Like, it might be like a couple seconds off, but it's pretty perfectly timed. Because it's a sheriff that has to show down with this dude.
We talked about this last podcast, but how we feel older movies are more slowly paced and edited. Is there an old movie that you think holds up to today's standards?
Yeah, there's plenty.
Of editing and stuff. But, I mean, like, can you think of one right now?
Like, off the top of my head?
Yeah.
That holds up to like fast cuts. You mean
not to fast cuts, but like
how old is old? How about
anything before the 70s?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm making it a little hard.
I don't know because there's a lot of good movies from then, but a lot of them are kind of slow.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to think. Well, the easiest like example would. The fact that fast cut editing came from like what is it, the battleship Potemkin? Soviet propaganda filmmaking was the birth of the fast cut, like fast editing.
Yeah,
So some of that older like Russian and Czech cinema from the past might hold up in terms of like being faster cut. But even then, I don't know if like the rest of the pacing.
But just because it's faster cut doesn't mean it's faster paced.
That's what I'm saying. Like. Trip to the Moon is not slow. A Trip to the Moon,
but it's also only like 12 minutes.
Yeah. What about La Jetée?
Oh, you know what I was gonna say? I was gonna say Steamboat, or not Steamboat Jr.
Any old
cartoons?
Sherlock Jr. Yeah, that's a good. Oh yeah, a lot of the Chaplin and Buster Keaton films. They're not that slow. They're funnier, so they're more.
Yeah.
Quicker paced. It's not like it's no Solaris. I'll tell you that. Solaris is even a '70s film.
I recently watched Chaplin's City Lights, which is like one of his classics.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good. It was really good, but still fell under the slow category for me. At parts, it was slow, but it was still a really good movie.
How about... There's a lot of those old swashbuckler films that I've never seen, but I feel like those can't be as slow
Like
paced.
the classic,
Like
Robin Hood.
Yeah, Robin Hood. I can't remember the name. Errol Flynn, that actor. He played a lot of those roles. I don't know the specific movies.
I mean, Robin Hood.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Jean Dujardin's character was a little bit based off of those kind of movies.
well, duh. Of course. Just look at that movie and be like, oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, specifically, his character played a lot of the swashbuckling characters. He was jumping around on screen with the sword.
Right.
He's flying planes. But he did not want to talk.
No, because he was foreign.
Yep.
And he thought he would be made fun of. And guess what? Probably was.
He probably was.
Yeah, if,
It's a weird thing to think about that a lot of actors were so afraid of sound because no one had ever heard their accent before. But do you think people still would have heard their accent when you meet them in the streets and do little news interviews?
that's
But
true.
I guess that's not the common folk. The common folk wouldn't notice unless you met them in the streets and
I
you're
was
like,
about
oh, fuck.
to ask, was that a thing back then? Was Hollywood as big back then as it is
I
now?
feel like it was almost
yeah,
bigger.
that was the golden age of Hollywood.
That was the thing to do because there's not much else to do. I feel like the true... I don't know. I was going to say the goldenest age is probably 70s. 70s was a good age of filmmaking, I think. 70s, 80s. A lot of my favorite movies come more from that time.
I think,
And the 2000s, but that's just because I grew up in these times.
I think the 60s were the turning point of cinema. It got a lot harsher and realistic more after World War II and the Korean War.
Well, yeah, it's all
during
that post-war
Vietnam.
realism.
It's Vietnam, man, that really changed this country.
Changed the world.
Changed the world. 9/11 too. Sad. Coming up on 16 years since 9/11. It's a long time. That's more than...
Well, that's that whole thing now about how you have the children of fucking Iraq war veterans are now going to Afghanistan because we have not left. You didn't know that? We're sending more troops to Afghanistan
I
soon.
knew that, but I never even thought about it.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of stuff about it.
Wow.
People that were fucking born in that fucking start of the war, they're now fucking going to war. This war is not ended.
That's insane.
And it's really for nothing.
I really don't know what we're over there for.
Resources.
ISIS.
We're there to take other people's resources.
ISIS.
We're there to have a hold on other people's countries to make them to our benefit. Like the whole Venezuela thing. It's just like South America. We've always had a hand in overthrowing people's governments, especially in South America.
Oh yeah.
To be like, we don't like that.
I feel like we haven't touched Africa much.
I wouldn't say that. Maybe not as recently.
We haven't dipped our grubby little hands in that honey pot.
We did a long time ago.
I feel like the UK has done more. All
UK
of Europe.
Great Britain and Belgium and France, I would say, are the biggest bad boys of hurting that continent for fucking ever, and still do.
Yeah. I mean, look at South Africa.
Or look at the diamond business.
I was going to say the Ivory Coast.
Oh, yeah, Ivory Coast, that's a country.
Yeah.
They're pretty good at soccer. I like their soccer team. Côte d'Ivoire.
North Korea's getting scary.
Yeah.
They just tested a possible hydrogen bomb underground. And, what was it, earlier this week? They launched missiles over Japan.
I still feel like it could be that, North Korea itself won't ever really be, at least for now, a real threat. It's really all talk because they don't have the resources to really make it.
I don't
But
know.
what this
Even China
is
saying...
Okay, well, what this thing is this is a front for the real war that will probably be coming, which is it's going to be America, Korea, South Korea, and Japan against China and probably Russia. And those are the big powers at play, and North Korea is just a strip in between where we're going to be fighting each other over that land just to say who's the biggest superpower in controlling resources. So I'd say America and China are big boys that don't like each other.
I feel like Russia is distancing themselves from Korea,
I mean, they'd be smart to do that.
And I think
don't think they want to
is like getting ready to denounce them and like smack
see now.
their
If
hand.
China denounces North Korea, then that's a good sign for us, because I was worried that the real thing at play, just like how the Japanese were going to surrender before we bombed them, and then the only reason we bombed them was like as a front to Russia, because we knew that those conflicts were rising, and so killing all those Japanese people was really just a show to show Russia, and they're like, okay, we'll just build our own bombs.
It was literally
and
just
history
a test.
happened.
That's why we sent the leaflets too. Like, hey, get out of the city if you don't want to fucking die.
Yeah, but not a lot of people had time to get out.
Listen.
Not only that, but like I don't think we gave them that much time. Just, hey, you're about to be bombed.
We gave
Boom.
them a couple days.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I mean,
We still killed a lot of people.
We still killed 45,000 people.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man. And now,
Like in a way that like
Godzilla.
yeah, like in a way no one's ever seen before.
Just
And like
fucking
since then, I
vaporized.
don't think we've ever
We've
really.
well, no. Since the first bomb, yeah.
Who else have we bombed with a nuclear
Japan
bomb?
again.
Well, like yeah, but since those two bombings,
right.
like
No.
we've not used them again.
I don't think anybody has used one since
because
of
it's
how
too
devastating it is.
And the worst thing now is that like with improved technology, like we've made
It's
even
even
worse
worse.
bombs than before.
Right?
Like we have no idea. Like we're like we can talk about it, but it's like hard to comprehend like how much damage will happen if and when we use one.
It's scary. It's really scary.
Yeah.
How long has this podcast gone on?
I don't know.
We are at 37 minutes.
See, so another good half hour instead of 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. I think the half hour thing works.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks.
We're gonna cut this one here a little longer than last time. If you have any topics of discussion you'd like for us to touch on, just let us know by any of our social media methods: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat.
Mail us
Tumblr.
gifts.
Send us a gift in the mail. I was going to say my address, but I don't.
Don't say your address.
I'll say your address.
Don't say my address. Say Robert's address.
Robert's address. I don't know.
He'll pick it up for it.
I remember. Send it to the old Eric Show P.O. Box address.
Do you guys still have it?
No, have not had that.
What if people
for a
still
long
sent it to that P.O. box?
What if?
Like, what if people didn't know? Like, people...
Yeah.
And, like, they're like, oh, I'll send them something. And it's
No,
like...
all those old videos are unlisted. We should do...
We had Steven Septic over here.
We should do, like, a separate podcast where we go through, like, all our old videos and do commentary.
Like a separate, like, view, like a filmed one.
Yeah.
So it could be us sitting and then a screen showing the old videos.
Not even just showing us, just our commentary track
over the video.
Over
Okay.
the video.
All right. Okay.
I like that idea.
Okay.
Stay tuned for that. Let us know if you guys would be interested in that. That would be a trip down cringe lane.
Yeah, you guys, especially if we tap into Jarble videos, that's going to
we
be...
would definitely.
Ooh.
We definitely tap into Jarble videos.
There's some of those videos
old
I have.
Laszlo Tastic.
They're not even unlisted. They're like straight up
They're just
private.
straight up there.
They're private.
Private. So
I have
only
some
you
videos
can
that are
see
straight up like no one can find them.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like deleting stuff because I have a thing about deleting memories.
I've had to delete a couple.
Yeah, you. I can think of even some Eric Show episodes that you
that's exactly what I
probably-
was thinking. I wasn't thinking of like anything.
I don't know,
other than a
like
few of those.
the blackface episode.
I'm ashamed.
I was not part of the Eric Show, just so you
Good. Distance
whether I
yourself
wanted
now.
to be or not,
Distance yourself.
I wasn't
now.
allowed to be.
You were in some episodes.
I was in one episode.
I don't remember other ones.
Maybe
that you
two.
were in. Maybe 2 or 3.
But that was exclusively like a you and Robert thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like I introduced you guys and they're like, we're
Let's
best
go.
friends now.
I wouldn't say we were best friends.
I guess that's true.
I definitely... Because we still hung out a lot.
Yeah. I just didn't have any part in your show.
Right.
Other than sending your video to the station.
Yeah.
So that they could sponsor you.
Hold on. The Station 2.
Is that right? Was it on the Station 2?
It was the Station 2.
It was their specific The Station Watches You segment.
And it was that Joe Felice guy, or Joe Felice. I don't know.
Was he the one that did it?
Yeah.
Was it only him, or was it other people too?
It was only him.
Just he was the only one that cared about like other people's
people.
I want fans to send me videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. We'll have to look up that old video of him fucking talking about your show.
We will. I've thought about doing like a little.
Where are they now?
Well, no, to stroke my own ego, I thought about doing like a little compilation of like all my old stuff, like a little demo reel.
That makes sense.
And that was what was going to open it up, was him talking about me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I thought about doing one for you too for your birthday.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. Let us know if you'd like us to touch on some specific topics, if you have any questions for us, or just want to say hi. Just go ahead and do that down in the comments. Share this with friends if you feel so inclined to annoy them.
If this podcast made you feel sad, please comment it.
Please let us know.
Because that's one of my favorite comments I've ever seen. My favorite comment I've ever gotten in a video is some guy commented, that sure was longer than 2 minutes. And it was a 1 minute 59 second video. But I think he was emphasizing that it felt those 2 minutes really took a lot out of his life.
I have so many questions that I want to ask, but I'll save it for the next
episode, which is...
Alright, thanks for listening, guys. Have a great one.